Really does look scary. Nice little execute coming in from the T side, though. Here comes ETR, however. Those mollies maybe could have been better placed in towards the sandbags. That's what you're banking on. There's no one there, and they have been mowed down. The distraction of ZTR, in fact, is the big one. Sapec found a triple. Prime is now the only player left, and he is not long for this world. Getting an awful lot of attention. It's maps like Dust 2 and Mirage that maybe have been left by the wayside. Oh. Nice shot coming in from Kier, though, to open us up. That's pretty beautiful stuff. 5-on-4 for Twistzz. See what they've got now with this man advantage.
Yeah, I mean, at least they can bind themselves into this scenario firmly. You know, only Kier taking half health and a second kill to his name as Sapec goes aggressive towards lane, and that's put a real problem in for the Young Ninjas side as they have to claw back the numbers. And I mean, a nice kill from Rolf there, but again, you're still disadvantageous with numbers. The B side is going to be pressured. Man, and now left to go huge, a dink, but no conversion. Unfortunate scenario with using the M4. ZTR does find another to a 2v3. Very possible with a low HP bar of Larsen there, and the boost on over. Prime can read into it. Rolf, last man standing. Bomb set down. No chance really for him in this round. Maybe a kill on the exit, but I think Twistzz have done a very good job in manipulating the play and granting the man advantages. I think props to Kier in that round.
Yeah, not going to win the first fight. It's somewhere. Really rough. phzy actually has money for it. So, yeah. Relying on the rifles quite a bit. phzy, however, making me eat my words ever so slightly as he does open up for Young Ninjas.
Yeah, quite impressive. I think it's safe to say at this point in time, you know, we're still... I think us as well, Scrib, we're still getting a feeler for how this side is going to play. AWP, usually just never seen on this, but it's worked out quite nicely. Caught one from behind, Larsen gone. kwezz just pushing forward to try and find a trade, but he's well and truly up the ladder. A triple for phzy, 35 seconds. And again, I think Young Ninjas a bit aggressive in the way, but I think that this is a great opportunity for them. And that is disgusting from phzy. Another kill with the AWP and coming hyper aggressive towards lane, catches the first on ramp, transitions to a second, grants another kill. And I mean, Young Ninjas just doing exactly as well. He's on the lower side of the map, and so, I mean, maybe not in this situation. 4v3 looks winnable for Twistzz, but definitely some damage to be done. Young Ninjas well and truly all over them, though, before the retake even begins.
Yeah, man isn't going to continue it. It's like they took control of the site, but that was Young Ninja's plan all along. Basso tries to do what he can, but it's not an awful lot of anything. 4K in from Manon, that flank paying absolute dividends as he just rolls them over, but big damage done early on in the...
Ninjas is really catching them by surprise. I mean, this round may be a little more anticipated, but they play more passive. I tell a lie, ZTR's run right on through. Sapec there to trade. Oh my good God, Sapec, a triple, and so much damage.
Yeah, dude. Feels like it's maybe over in the first 30 seconds, bar something incredible here. kwezz is going to have to do it all. Nice trade. But there is an awful lot to do here. Oh, and caught with a nade in hand. Good timing from...
You know, you have to just take this half by a landslide at this point in time to really ensure some success and stability at half-time. Nice flash from Basso. Kier's found one. Rolf to trade. Rolf to double down. In the meantime, Manon finds another. Larsen block out. No chance.
Molotovs to flush him out either, so as the utility comes in, he's just going to hide away, bide his time, and try and go for a timing peek. That's exactly what he gets. Oh my goodness, Manon!
Wow.
Oh, that is ridiculous. Larsen doing a decent enough job to find two and perhaps create some space for the bomb plant, but even that, he's feeling nervous. He's low HP. Oh, that's a bit of a rough smoke. Yeah, there's no real space for him to work with. Here's that A player that's miles away. Another round for Young Ninjas.
My oh my. See, now we see deep smoke towards B, deep smoke on ramp, and wow, is this a position for Rob? I don't think they're gonna... Oh my God, never mind. I eat my own words as Kier rips his head off ZTR for the trade and doubles down on it, a 3v2 of Counter-Strike. It's calculated. This time ends up into a 3v2, maybe a little less one-sided than we're used to. Sapec to put Trick right back in their place, though. Larsen, last man standing, AWP. The wildfire in his hands, and my word, does he need more than just a wildfire. It is awesome.
It looked like in the early rounds they'd done some work, but Young Ninja's just oppressive at the moment, so not even allowing them to build up the economy and get into the bomb sites and things. Okay, nice little bit of trading here on the ramp, which is something I think they are not ready for. It's not been out all that often. Flash ineffective, head ripped off. He spotted out the second, but yeah, just play passively. I love this. Nade gonna go in. Creeping out and holding those same kind of angles. ZTR is the man that, however, is here to really dish out the damage, cover his backside, all that sort of stuff. The bomb going to go down. The push comes in now with the deagle from Manon. ZTR's been seen and heard. There's a gap in the smoke, but it's phzy on the flank. They're not watching for him at all. Spots the bottom of kwezz. Literally shoots it straight off. Now all onto Prime. Against two, blinded up, as is phzy though, to be fair. Prime trying to isolate the 1v1s, and neither of them giving him a good fight. He finally gets it, but he stood in the flames, of course. Young Ninjas move up to 13. Tricked. I mean, valiant effort.
Team and how it's changed, where maybe a little more calculated with Nilo and now more raw aggression, relying on the aimers as, you know, your Manon and what has been Sapec, and I would argue phzy as well, where it's just perfect to see, you know, clinical Counter-Strike, and again, just no care. Sapec charges right on down, takes ramp by himself, finally taken down by Prime, but a 4v3 to work against, again, against the grain here, Tricked, as they try and scramble for a second. Maybe some land found towards B, ZTR to strip it right back off them. A 2v on the T side, not bad so far.
Yeah, maybe the B bomb site would have been a good idea a little earlier on, instead of bashing their heads against that A bomb site. One goes down here. Nice deep smoke. Does buy some time. Flash going to come in, so Rolf will see what he's got off the back of this. Charging through, clearing the angles. Here it is. Oh, he spotted the shadow. But it's Basso to win the fight, and now all onto phzy. Going to use the deagle. Certainly not easy, but he does get the first pretty simply. Oh, trying to go for the AK, though, but Prime, he's fluffed it up ever so slightly. Onto the AK. phzy just doesn't know what...
Here, oh, caught for a lot of damage. The spam forces him away, doesn't give him a chance to throw the grenade on the bomb plant, but in fact, this time it's planted. Kier sends it off, but a 4v5 in a game, missed grenade, it's going to be difficult for Trick to work back into. Larsen gets his head taken off as well. Manon, another dink and another body shot to really put things now to rock bottom for Trick. A 2v5, kwezz and Kier, not good for anything. All 5 players survive, all 5 on 100. Planning what they do in scrims, just in case they face in officials, you know, still that big opportunity. Very closed circuit, sort of where these two teams are, and so, you know, it seems that every bit of prep Trick have tried to do into this situation just ripped away from them. 4v3 in their name, 3 AKs to face off against, now making it 2 Manon caught out, and as well as that, kwezz has found a Trick. I mean, a bit of outburst of energy, bit of life brought back into them, but I think it is also give up the grasp they had towards top ramp, leaning more towards site now with this 3-man setup. Sapec finds that first, and again, Tricked not really in a position to trade, no real room for a response, and a 5v4 instantaneously leaves Young Ninjas in a great position to take this one.
Yeah, looking good, man. Now into a 5v3 even, as you say that, so we'll see. kwezz on the edge of the smoke, nearly given a chance. Big man Manon with the 23 kills, though, pretty scary. kwezz not given his chance, actually drops down and gives a little bit of information away to Manon there. Larsen, however, has now brought things back even. We've got kills all over the shop, a little difficult to follow, but they seem to be going in favor of Tricked. Okay, they've come...
Set up a double AWP for the CT side, you know. It's going to be quite hard to wiggle into a situation that's advantageous, but as I say that, they go and do exactly that. phzy, he'll find the first. Sapec spots the smoke. I'm not sure if he blocks it or if the smoke just didn't land correctly, but Kier has found a trade. Make that same mistake twice. Sapec up close, AK in hand. They're going to hear the rotation. A 4v2, and I think it's safe to say this map is going to be chalked up in round 23. Tricked did a fairly good job in sort of getting themselves back into this one, but safe to say in a 2v4 it is nigh on impossible.
Unfortunately, with a scoreline like that, it just feels, you know, you can't hype it up too much, it just feels inevitable. And that, however, it is just Manon playing contact, and he dropped back a little bit, maybe even ready for the double nade setup there. Beautiful pickup onto the first. However, instantly traded out. Basso needed a little bit more than that, perhaps. The flash from Prime not helping him out as much as perhaps he needed, and they just go charging through the smoke. Now, this is a risky one. You can see all those HP bars going down, but there is no stopping them. There is absolutely no stopping them right now on this Young Ninjas side. They are just flying. And look, man, if they hadn't dominated that first map, I don't think they all run through the smoke like that, you know, instinctively almost. Crazy stuff, as is the word of the day. Nice shot from KRIMZ there. A little double here. This is maybe where their overconfidence gets the better of them, but he has to readjust.
You know, absolute solid place already. 4th round. Maybe a bit of overzealousness, but ZTR pulls back the numbers. A 4v4, Rolf on low HP with a Mac 10. ZTR to walk into it as well. Unfortunately, it seems this round is bust for the Swedish side, unless Manon, phzy or Rolf can pull together a great one. Manon lets one slip, but Rolf able to pick up the kill. And interestingly enough, that triple stack towards B cost them this A side.
Still potential for the retake, I think. There's no real utility to keep them at bay. You know, that moto smoke is always annoying. phzy does get one instantly traded out. A little bit of information here for the remaining 2 players to work with, but Rolf, of course, very low. So Manon, a lot of the heavy lifting required. Volleyed out, nade to follow up, does a nice little bit of damage for him. Inside the smoke is Rolf, by the way, so keep your eyes on that one as they fixate in on towards pit. Rolf will capitalize, all down to Basso. He does have a smoke, taps in, but there's hardly any time. Takes out the first, can't find the second, and that will be... Oh, goodness. I mean, the utility is indeed very, very nice, very useful, but all the same, going to be rough. Larsen's already found one on the edge. There's 2 in towards the pillar. There's the boost player. There comes Larsen, and they all chime in together. Gorgeous counter-strike from Twistzz. Everybody playing their part, and KRIMZ, yet to show himself, will be the final player. The old classic. They never... They do get lucky, right? They just walk straight into it and had no idea. So keeping it up for a rifle round becomes very difficult. phzy's already opened up. Prime eats some bullets through the smoke. Basso does have a nasty little angle here around this smoke, though, to be fair. Not going to spot them out, however. Again, could be deadly. Playing contact as that second smoke goes down. So well done from the young ninjas, and Prime had just started to move away towards A, so the B bomb site right for the taking. Might even argue for the save here. I think with Prime, his movement, I think that's what they're going for. In fact, Manon will look to cut them off. Pretty rough stuff against KRIMZ. Pretty free frag for KRIMZ. Nonetheless, it is that 5th round for the Swedes.
Pretty strong from them. 5-1. 6 rounds of Counter-Strike. Again, maybe not as better start as they had there.
Stuff, to say the least. A little bit of a rush in here towards long. kwezz will be the first to peek out. Manages to win his fight. Pretty important that he does so. Meanwhile, phzy holding for the flank, contacting in, finds the first, set up for the second, but the opportunity not going to be given to him. So now into the 4-on-4. It actually looks a little more dangerous, to be honest with you. Oh, my goodness. phzy with another towards that site, looking for a safe spot to sit in. So 50 seconds remaining. He was so close, you know. That smoke goes down, jump into second oranges or something like that. But again, with that kill, that's going to be the round as young ninjas. A bit more of a challenge at the moment, for sure. Still fairly dominant.
Yeah. Well, kwezz 3 HP, KRIMZ bringing rifles into the next. And again, war of attrition. You've got to keep that economy low. And Twistzz just aren't able to put a finger on it and stop it just yet. 6 rounds.
They're keeping at it. They're keeping at it. I think it is respectable, right? They're certainly showing a little bit more prominence, a little bit more comfort ultimately here. But it's still a bit of a rough one. 4-on-4 in this round is not terrible, actually. Definitely battling back. Low HP for a lot of these young ninjas boys, so I could see a well-placed spray down could really ruin the round. Manon going to walk straight into this AWP, but a perfect peek. kwezz has been spotted out in pit here as well, so not looking too long for this world. ZTR will be seen on the edge of that smoke. kwezz actually staying alive. So it's a 3 versus 2 as we get into the retake. This has suddenly become very, very interesting. Rolf, oh my goodness, again, though, playing inside the smoke and spins around for that second.
The timing in the smoke there from Rolf, it would have been a completely different story. The HP bars were the determining factor for Twistzz and Win. Do have a bit of apps control, but I think Twistzz will know at this point, you know, it's more likely going to be B than it is A, but Sapec's found another, and I think at this time you've just got to really rein in on the fact that you've lost too many players, no response again. 3v5. I think it's just worth the save here. Bring the AWP and the 2 M4s to the next.
And again, it fills into that same kind of storyline where it's like, look, they are winning a good number of rounds.
What a return, you know, what a way back into this one, it seems. I mean, larsen does find a bit of damage. kwezz to still the show. ZTR will take everything away from them, though. And again, 4v3, it's going to be very hard to get back into this and to really put yourself back in front here as seconds pass, time ticking, Molly dropped. And unfortunately, I think that it's safe to say we have ourselves maybe, just maybe a chance for Twistzz, but again with the map control taken towards A, Young Ninjas shaping up for 9. And Scriv, just to give you a bit of a insight in, this is their 4th tournament back. I do believe the We Play online stage decided again. This is the Young Ninjas I feel like pieces of the puzzle that we saw 3 months ago where they were absolutely chewing through the tier 3 and tier 2 scene.
Yeah, absolutely right. And I think they're much higher tests, K23 and stuff like that, for sure. So, and also a lot of lessons to be learned. They've had the player break, a slightly shorter one, actually. It's worth mentioning with the We Play stuff. But now they've come in and they are clearly making some mistakes and aiming not to do that. The Elisa Invitational, a tournament they've been involved in a couple of times now, and wanting to continue to improve their mark, I suppose. And the Swiss system, always nice, because, oh, that timing. Just kind of talking over this round, because Young Ninjas, again, going through the motions, making it look doing here. And it just seems like this is one of those matchups where they have the leg up, as it were. Oh, Basso, my Ninjas. Well, up to 11. Sapec has eaten some bullets early on here, but that flash is perfect.
Point applies, right, is that 2 of these players available for one shot. That grenade in any of these players could find 2 kills. KRIMZ already found one of them. ZTR knocked down to low, but Manon picks up his first of the round. kwezz only good for 1. And again, even when the HP bars are low, the count of players overwhelmed. The head count there, and it will be quite possibly a 12th on the board here for Young Ninjas. Tricked. I mean, you're going to try and find a way back into this one. You've got to send something, a Hail Mary round required, and I don't think this is the one. I think Orc being smoked off. They know he's there. Manon says good night. And Rolf will find.
We're nearly a minute into this round and no one has died yet. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Cursed it, didn't I? Cursed it.
Had to go and say it.
Yeah. 1 for 1, though. It's, you know, not terrible. Tricked, obviously. CT side and all that. It's never really ideal, especially on a map like Inferno where the rotations take quite some time. Placing your manpower correctly is a big part of the CT side. But I think they can be somewhat satisfied that they're making it competitive. Oh, that's awkward. We've all been there. We've all been there. Sapec bails Rolf out, though. 3 versus 3. It's the final round of the half, so they are going to go for it. I think this would conventionally be a save scenario. No kit to work with. Very late in. It's going to dissipate soon, though. And in all fairness, they have a bit of room to work with. Nice smoke to cover off pit. Make life awkward for phzy. Flashing their way in. Certainly looking good in the methodology, but the execution has just fallen apart. Prime can't get it done. A flying Rolf will take him out.
T-Apps, Manon over aggressive. Oh my good God. I think he's been spotted. Yep, there you go. Manon goes down. Rolf does over. How does it go? Yeah, nothing. Maybe in a different, you know, couple of seconds we could have found something, but
yeah, I don't know. I think they've just invented that boost. It's not really, unless there's anyone on balcony, it didn't look like you could really see him very much. So, it's a fair thought, you know, when you're this far ahead, just go for it. Why not? Straight into the crossfire they will walk, though. phzy from long, trying to do what he can. He's creating some space for Sapec to work his way back in, but now Sapec is the only one left. There's not a lot of time to play with, and Basso, perfect timing to shoot him in the back of the head. And there is a chance that we get to see very little of their T-side of Inferno. Whoa, the trading of headshots there, Kid, as well. However, Sapec here over at Coffins.
Let's see if they can chalk back the numbers here. Tricked as kwezz will lead the charge. Flash from CT catches their attention. A 2v4. Manon, aggressiveness doesn't do as much as you'd have expected there. Prime on low, no kills found, and Sapec caught between a rock and a hard places. He's flushed out by Prime. A 2v2. An AWP and an M4A1S on this retake though. 28 seconds. Larsen taps the bomb. Doesn't stick it. And ZTR will get some chip damage in. Peek off forward. Very nice shot there from Larsen. Now ZTR. 1v2. Dink available for them both. And in fact, a body shot for Prime. That's exactly what he found. 10 seconds to go. Bomb now has to be stuck. ZTR. He's just going to wait though. Wait for his opportunity. Flashbang goes high. Slowly edging on forward. And ZTR does exactly what he needed to. Dink found Young Ninjas 15, of course, retreats to pick up the AWP of his fallen friend. And Young Ninjas, soon enough, by means of defusal, will find themselves at 15. Lots of damage, but again, at this point in time, we said it before and we'll say it again, damage is just not...
It's been a while. It has been a while. ZTR getting aggressive in towards middle here. Spotted out towards second mid. Thought he was lower. Not quite the case. At least phzy is there to trade out. Meanwhile, in Banana, Rolf goes 1 for 1. Oh, kwezz in the apartments could get the drop on Manon. Could be massive. Manon going to check the angle. Oh, dinks him out. And now kwezz is panicking. Does not want anything to do with that. Meanwhile, Basso going to go down on the other side of the equation. Not looking good here for Twistzz. Good timing from kwezz to trade back in. Larsen just survives. It's a 1 versus 2 for the AWP. phzy can't find the player dropping down. Going to try and trade it out, and he will. USP out. Knows that Larsen is low and flicks across. Who else?